Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. In today's episode, I wanted to talk on game developers remastering old video games because it honestly seems like it's a trend now. You know, Grand Theft Auto has done, or Rockstar Games has done it with Grand Theft Auto. EA has done it with Dead Space just recently. What else? Bungie, they did it. Well, no, was it Bungie or was it? I think, well, overall, Microsoft, they did it with Halo. And, cause no, they did like a Master Chief collection. They like re-released all the like 360, Halos across the, like Xbox, One and, Xbox Series, X and S. And yeah, it just seems like, that's the trend when they can't really think of. Well, so here's the thing. What I personally think is that, they are working on a game, but at the time being, like, it's a little bit hard. Like, it's taking a little longer than usual to, come up with the story, make sure everything is okay. Like, there are some games out there where they can do things right, but then there's at times where they don't. And that's why, I wanted to overall talk on this, because if you're gonna remaster a game, you have to do it right. You can't mess up. You can't, like, just overall have it to where it's not, you ruin the classic title. And yeah, no, Rockstar Games, they did it with Grand Theft Auto. They remastered the trilogy, the three. So it was 3 Vice Cities and San Andreas. They remastered it. And I think everybody knows, like, those were the most classic Grand Theft Auto games of all time. And yeah, it was, it's just something that you cannot go wrong with it. They did. They went wrong with it. And it was something where it's like, how are you guys the owners? Like, you are the owners, the developers. You guys literally built this game from the ground up and you messed up. I don't get that. That's something where I'm like, I don't get that. Cause it's, when I think, my thing is this, when I think of like remastered, when I think of like, reworking on a game, you're making a different experience, but with the original, like, settings and, the story and all that. You're just changing up the visuals. Like how, if it had been me, how I would have done Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy edition, is that it would have been the original stuff, but just with like Grand Theft Auto 5 visuals. So it's like, you rework on those characters, you make it look better, but it's like you don't make it look even more cartoony than it already was back in 2004. Those games came out, I think the first one came out in 2000. It was like, I think it was let me just actually see when like those games came out, because I think 3 came out in 2001, and then San Andreas came out in 2004. I'm trying to think. Then Vice Cities came out, I think, in 99. I think Vice City release date. No, it wasn't no August. No. Why they say no, not Vice City Stories, Vice Cities. So that came out in 2002. Huh. Okay. When did 3 come out then? Hold on for a second. Cuz 3 must have came out before then that, right? Hold on. GTA 3 release date. No, it did come out in 2001. Huh, dang. So they were. So how is it that you guys, you worked on these games, like, throughout that time, just when it was like when the games were, but at the, like, now thinking about it, it's like games were a lot easier to create, it seemed like, back then. I mean, with the technology. And then, okay, so like, let's say like the games wasn't that easy to create back then, right? Well, you guys have the technology now to actually do something with these games. So, like, how do y'all mess up? It didn't even need to be, like, on no, like, modern day, because, no, so with Grand Theft Auto 5, like, they did, like, not really remastered it, but they did change up the visuals. How is it that y'all changed up the visuals more in that game than you did in the Grand Theft Auto trilogy series when you remastered that? That's something that they added where you're, like, when you know how, like, when you wear sandals and it makes that little, like, that flap thing in the heel part of the sandal, they added that in Grand Theft Auto 5, but you couldn't make Carl Johnson's first girlfriend in the game not look like a crackhead. It's like I don't get that. I really just don't get that. But one company, because I've talked on Rockstar Games and how they flop with their games, so I'm gonna move on from them. But no, let's overall talk on EA. So EA just recently re-released or remastered Dead Space. And I played the old Dead Space, and I'm like, you know what? This game, it actually does look solid. Like, it's a game that I might potentially play at some point in time. For now, I'm just kind of like seeing out my options, and then I'll probably, at some point buy that game. Because I'm like, if I'm going to spend my money on a game, I want to make sure I spend it wisely. Like, I don't want to like buy a game and then be all like, wait a minute, I don't like this. Or if, like, let's say, for an example, I buy it and then get, like, at a certain point and then it ends up. So that's why I'm like, I should play the, because I can play the old one for free because I have, so how that's set up is that I have, the Xbox, like, Game Pass, crap, and, they have it on there, on the, Xbox Game Pass. Excuse me, the original, Dead Space. And so I was like, I'll probably just play it on there, see how it's like. And then at some point in time go and buy the new one and things. But yeah, overall though, it's like, then there's companies out there where they do have games and they don't remaster them. They don't, they just let them sit there and collect dust. So one game that I would like to see get remastered, and it's a game where I actually have it, but I have the old version, is this racing game called Fuel. I don't know why, Codemasters, it's like you guys can easily make a gang of money off of that game. That's one of those games where it's like you guys had the most perfect setup possible with a racing game. This big giant open world, you literally could have added where people were creating their own, I think, didn't they have it where people could create their own tracks? I don't know, but anyways, you guys could have done that. There's so many different things that you guys could overall do with that game Fuel, but they don't do nothing with it. They're just allowing that game to just sit and collect dust. And then if you want to go, I was lucky enough to go and get it off of Amazon for like $50. I didn't really want to spend that much money on an old game. I was all like, bro, that game, if it was at GameStop's, that game probably would cost like what, maybe $4 or $5 or something like that. So I'm like, bro, hey, it was a lot better than spending like $300 for a code to use it on Steam. And I was like, nope, I am definitely not doing that, because I think that, let me just overall see how much that game is going for. Fuel, Steam key, yeah, it already has like my previous search things. Yeah, you got one person selling it for $174, another person selling it for $162, and then after that, that's then another company or some other website selling it for $221. There are people out here really selling this game for that much, and it's like, fam, that game ain't worth that much. The thing is this, I can tell y'all right now that game, and I should do a video just to overall, like, protect people out there, and then let people, like, let the original developers know that, hey, you guys need to remaster that game and just have it where it's like, a newer version of it, because there are people out here, the game has like been poorly optimized. Like, no, I'll be sitting there trying to like go to certain like tracks or races in the game, and they'll have it where I gotta drive through water, and I'm like, and then it just seems like that game is just, it's really buggy and and it's glitchy, and I'm like, I don't want people out there to waste their money on that game, and it doesn't work properly. So I'm like, yeah, I'll probably at some point in time, I probably after this podcast episode go and make a video letting people know, like, hey, be careful of this game, because it's extremely buggy and glitchy. I know it was probably a fun game back in the day, but that was probably when it worked properly and it wasn't all messed up and stuff. So but yeah, overall though, like, there are games, there's some other games out there that could get remastered. I mean, well, the thing is, I was gonna say Grand Theft Auto 4, but I was like, nope, based off of the past, the Grand Theft Auto trilogy, I'm like, Rockstar, you guys shouldn't even remaster any more games. Like, it's crazy, because there's the one company where I felt like that they did good. Like, when it's like they showed a side-by-side comparison, and they actually went all out with their remaster. But Mafia, I think, hold on for a second, let me go ahead and look up that game, because I do have Steam open right now. Mafia Definitive Edition. Yeah, so it's like the game looks really nice remastered. And then I think I have the original Mafia. I never played it though. It was just one of those games. I think I seen it. It was free, and I was like, I'll take it. You know, I ain't got nothing better else to do. Okay, here we go. Mafia. Let's see if they have a page for it. Yeah, and it's like you can see like that they actually did some upgrades to it. Like they really changed the game up, and I'm like, how is it that y'all had did that with, or you know, how is it that there's companies out there that can do that, but then there's others where it's like, oh, we're not going to do a proper remaster to it. And I'm like, well, that's, if you guys are wondering why y'all are failing as a company, then there you go. You do stuff like that. It's like they don't even make no sense, where it's like, you know, getting back on Rockstar Games, it's like you guys put more time and energy in a game where it's like, it's old. Grand Theft Auto 5 is old. Stop working on it. Do something else. But no, it's like you guys got them. You guys got, I'm trying to think of some other companies out there that have done remaster to games. What remaster game that I just recently, I played some, oh, no, actually, no, that was something where I'm like, that's, who really needs the games from, like, way back then, where it's like, y'all need to be out here doing some, like, remastered or newer versions of it, but no, they just recently remastered the, or they re-released it, because I don't know, it doesn't really look like it's a remaster, it just looks like it's the same game, it's just for the, newer consoles and stuff. But, no, they remastered, or re-released, 007 from the Nintendo 64 days. And I was like, I played that game this morning. Bro, I'm telling you, like, it really brought me back. It really had brought me back. Like, I was sitting there, and that child that was playing Nintendo 64 games back in, like, the early 2000s and late 90s, nah, like, he was happy. He was happy that he got to relive that moment again, because, man, I'm telling you, like, it's crazy how, like, you got people that'll do that, where it's like, they really, you know, want people that, and then, like, that's just one thing I had to say about, Nintendo, is that they got like they got like a gang of old games that you can play on there, and I was like, nah, major shout out to Nintendo, because they actually care about the fans. That's somebody where it's like, you know, yeah, the funny thing is that they might have it where their games are like a little overpriced, even if they are old, but they make sure of it that it's like you're getting a game, you're not getting a casino. Like any Nintendo title, whether it's Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, what are some other titles that Nintendo has? Like, any Nintendo title is going to be good. I guarantee and I promise you are not going to waste your money on any Nintendo game that you buy. Like a Nintendo title. Like, I'm saying a game from Nintendo. Like, not like a game that's on Nintendo, a game that's from Nintendo. Because I feel like they're like one company that, you know, they care about. Like, they just recently released Mario Park and Universal Studios. No, you cannot tell me that they're not killing it right now. So I'm like, no, major shout out to Nintendo. But yeah, it's just, you know, there's people out there where it's like they care, and then there's others out there that don't care, and it's like, you know, whatever category you fall under, hopefully it's the right category, where it's like it's not the right one to define you, but the right one to be a part of and stuff. Like, nah, it's like you guys gotta, if you're gonna remaster a game, you gotta do it right. If you don't do it, that's like it, because the thing is this. And I know it's like a little bit of a weird comparison, but when you hear where like artists will remaster a song, and then, you know, the thing is like I've listened to like the old version of the song, and now I listen to the remaster version, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm just hearing it differently, but I'm like, there ain't no, I honestly, it feels like that at times. I'm like, there ain't no difference. I'm like, well, the thing is though, like it's probably good that it's like that, because I don't want some new change and it just ruins the experience of the game and stuff. So that's why I'm like, yeah, if you guys are going to remaster a game, do it right. But if you're not going to do it right, then it's like, bruh, don't even. And you know what was really messed up about Rockstar Games when they had remastered Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy series? So there was people out there that were like they added texture mods where it made the game overall look. There were people out there that were doing mods to Grand Theft Auto, texture mods, and they killed it with that. With like they should have hired those guys to remaster it. But it's crazy, like the fans, like those, and I think like the mods. I don't even know if the mods, like if you had to pay for them or anything. But it's like if you did, then it was money well spent, most likely, and probably wasn't a whole lot. They probably wasn't charging people no $60 for it. And I mean, if they were, then it was like I said, it was worth it. But if not, and those mods were free, bro, you have it where there's people out there that are like, look, we just only want the recognition and credit. And I'm like, bro, honestly, if that was still the case where it was, but no, so that's what Rockstar Games did. They had it where it was like they sent those people like a cease and desist letter, or they told them like you'll have to, like, whatever website you have those mods on, you're gonna have to take them down, because overall, yeah, we're coming out with our remastered Grand Theft Auto and we want the sales to go to that. And it's like, no, if the game ain't good, people shouldn't be out here buying a game that's not good. I'm like, I ain't fooling with that. So yeah, that's why I was all like, if I ever do play the older Grand Theft Autos, it's gonna be the like the ones that I already have. I'm not gonna play no ones where it's like it's remastered but it's not remastered. I'm like, man, get out of here with that. I ain't fooling with that. So but anyways, but yeah, like I say, if you're gonna remaster a game, just do it right. That's all that the fans care about, So anyways, that's why, that's what I was looking up though, was Dead Space, where it's like it has like a very positive rating on Steam, because people are like, no, this is good. They actually EA, you guys, I have to admit, they did do well with that. Overall, like they. Oh, wait a second. Hold on. There's a bad review. So somebody said constant frame drops into the single digits, lasting anywhere from around 20 seconds to just not going away without a restart. As far as I can tell, this isn't a widespread issue, but for those that encounter it, the game is quite literally unplayable. In my experience, it seems to be somewhat linked to the game's DLSS implementation, which even without the issue is problematic. The game itself seems very good, and I will update this review if the problem is solved. We'll be waiting for a patch or a refund. Yeah, most likely they're gonna patch it and stuff. There's all like then somebody said, like, the positive review, somebody said if you like Dead Space, you'll like Dead Space. I swear, man, people be having some funny reviews on Steam. Then somebody else said EA actually made something decent for once. Yeah, I know, because EA, when they be doing games, I'm like, I don't know about that. I might end up buying this game just to overall see what it's about and stuff. But anyways, because the game, it overall looked pretty crazy. Like, when I played it, I was like, oh, nah, this stuff is wild and things. That's the thing where it's like, I want to play the game for the story, but it's like, I don't like the jump scare stuff, Like, I just want to play a game. Like, I don't want to be scared when playing a game. I'm like, I want to enjoy it, but, yeah, there's just people out there that just be wanting to scare you for no reason. But I'm like, I think I can see past that and be like, hey, you know what? I might go ahead. Yeah, I added this game on my wish list. So I add games on my wish list just so I can, like, remember to buy it and things. I go on there. I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember that game. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 46 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss, and make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you are purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. And also, if you are purchasing any drinks from Poggers, energy drinks or sleep drinks, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock 10% off of your next purchase. And if you want to learn more about SeatGeek and Poggers, you can go to my Twitter account, and their ads are in my bio, so you can just click on their ads and then you learn everything that you need to know. So, but anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.